They say you have to find your piece of heaven on this very earth. We found ours just about 300 odd kilometers away from Delhi, near Nainital in a place called Pangot. Pangot is a beautiful hill station tucked away in the state of Uttarakhand. And we are here in this lovely place called Mountain Quail Lodge, which is so exciting and beautiful in terms of scenery. There are beautiful hills around, lovely trees. Now, is that not heaven? In order to reach Pangot or any other hill station, you require a beautiful, sturdy vehicle. And we're traveling on the Jeep Compass, a 4x4, which proved its worth at every nook and corner of the way.
We set off early in the morning from Delhi. Despite a cool breeze blowing, we could not really roll down our windows thanks to a stench of pollution and toxic gases in the city's air. The silver lining, however, was dreamy open roads which we could zip through thanks to no traffic at 5:30 am. Our journey would probably take about 8 hours to cover some 310 kilometers to Pangot. Before we knew it, we were on the outskirts of the city heading down National Highway 9. We came onto a wider 3-lane highway and opened up the throttle, letting the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel unleash its brute power of 170 horses on tarmac. 124 kilometers seemed to come in quite fast, probably because we were all getting pretty hungry. The 4 of us in the Compass had our eyes peeled for a place to stop and grab a bite. Then almost in unison we cried out, "McDonald's!" The McDonald's on the way to Pangot is at a place called Gajrola. Here you will also find fast food outlets like Domino's and KFC. We were quick to get done with our meals and eager to head back on the road. The journey ahead was still rather long. We had a fair distance of 186 kilometers left to cover. We hit a few busy tolls on our way, and at one of them even heard the toll collector say, "There is an earthquake in Delhi, people are deserting the city." By the time the sun was overhead, we were crossing Moradabad, crossing the small trade town via a bypass we had towards the Ramanagar river, and over it towards got on the Moradabad-Kashipur road. This is where our luck struck out. The roads were quite crappy and filled with potholes and bumps. Getting bounced around a wee bit, most of our sleep and weariness shook off as we grabbed onto whatever we could get a grip on. The stiffly tuned suspension on the Compass tackled most undulations rather well. The deeper potholes got a tad bit unnerving, but the excellent ground clearance meant our vehicle could easily roll over the beaten path. Before we knew it, we were crossing Corbett Falls. Right before Kaladungi, we took a turn up, and that is where the ascent of Pangot began. Well-tarred and winding roads seemed to take us upward toward the heavens. The air was fresh, and the smell of fine cones was rejuvenating to the senses. On the winding roads, we couldn't help but notice how sporty the steering felt. The torque from the diesel was enough to push us up some steep inclines in second gear, and driving clearly till 5000 rpm along the winding roads became our new favorite pastime for the moment. We were in the middle of enjoying our drive up when out of Bray we saw it. A sight no motorist would love, especially on hills. A bloody traffic jam. The gradient was steep, but the Compass had a surprise up its sleeve. The electronic parking brake worked wonders in stop-and-go traffic. We did not have to needlessly over-rev the engine and did not roll back like others. The jam took almost 2 hours to clear, but what kept us entertained was a smooth music system with ample of options for mobile phone connectivity. We also noticed the Compass made quite a few heads turn. Many motorists sharing the road with us were turning their heads to check out the Jeep, and that is a feeling that can make your chest swell with pride. Away from the madding crowds with only 7 family rooms to offer, The Mountain Quail Lodge is surrounded by scenic forests and acts like a tonic that could do wonders to your mood. We simply immersed ourselves in the natural beauty that was all around. And as we had a late vegetarian lunch, our bellies too were happy and relaxed. It was almost like our own private resort with no one out there to disturb us. The peaceful evening was spent singing songs over the melodious tunes of a guitar, and we ended the night with deliciously cooked food filling our tummies. The next day was spent taking videos and pictures and walking around the resort. Though the Mountain Quail Lodge does not offer very modern amenities, it gives you clean rooms with neat linen and hot water. The toilets too are modern and neat. There is a large room for visitors to relax. It has some books to read and board games for you to engage in. In case you are the sporty kind, there is a provision for you to play table tennis as well. The more time we spent out there, the more we were beginning to fall in love with it. They say it's not much about the destination as it is about the journey. Well, the destination was mesmerizing, a much needed break, and a thorough dose of natural outdoors with oodles of fresh air and wildlife for company. But the journey could not have been better. The compass proved a worthy companion no matter what the journey threw our way. At the end of the day, despite driving some 650 odd kilometers, we were back home quite happy and fresher than when we left home.